Gauteng crime spiked by over 17% between July and September this year compared to the same period last year. Recent crime stats show the province has a serious problem. Over 1,000 people killed, murdered in Gauteng between July and September, the same period, and that is an almost 20% increase on the previous year. We know that more money has been granted to allow for additional policing, but in the meantime, more gruesome crimes are committed. Just last night, we heard about 2 women found in an open patch of veldt, their hands bound. Gauteng Police Commissioner Elias Mawela joins me now. Commissioner, thank you so much for your time. Let's just start with that horrific news. What can you tell us about these 2 young women? I understand they were in their 20s. They were found in a piece of veldt. Is this in the Roodepoort area? Is that correct?
Yes, I can confirm. Unfortunately, we found these 2 young ladies, but the information on the ground is that it is suspected that they were killed elsewhere and dumped in that particular space, but investigation is continuing.
All right. So, I mean, this is the sad reality, is that this is so commonplace that we're hearing about murders that are happening, people dumped in the veldt. We know that crime is a massive problem. We've had the Premier of the province in the studio telling us that. Talk to me about the trends, though, because we know that COVID restrictions helped clamp down on crime. So, you know, if we compare this year to last year, it's a little bit of a skewed situation. But if we compare the crime stats that we have currently with pre-COVID crimes, we're still up, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, there are dynamics that goes with that. But firstly, let me talk about the lockdown period. You know, you will recall that July up to September last year, we were under adjusted lockdown level 4, 3, and 2. And most of the businesses, including the liquor outlets such as taverns, nightclubs, places of entertainment, which are generally the contributors of crime in the province, were operating under the restricted regulations. So among the others, we had cases whereby people were confined to their residence. We also had certain establishments such as restaurants, bars, shopping, taverns, whereby, whether indoors or outdoors, had to close around 2,200 hours, and nightclubs were not operational. Alcohol was, the sale of alcohol was limited between Monday and Friday. Friday, 10 o'clock until 1800 hours. So what did it mean for us is that even if we had a lot of potential criminals roaming the streets, wanting to commit crime, it was difficult because of they could not find the potential victims.
Yeah,
they were confined in their space, yes.
So, okay, fair enough. And I think that you make a very good point. But if we compare the stats we have for 2022 versus the stats you have for 2019, am I right that they're even an increase on pre-COVID times?
Yes, you're right. But at the same time, let us also look at the dynamics. You know, everything increased. The population has increased. You know, the number of informal settlements which we had pre-COVID and what we have now, which has also increased. So everything, it went up except the warm bodies of the police, because we didn't even increase anything.
Yeah, it's a very good point that you're making. We do know that extra money has been granted by the Gauteng government, and that is to try and control crime in this province, which is really just, it seems at this point we're fighting a bit of a losing battle. Have you seen a festive season spike already? We joke rather darkly that criminals need their Christmas presents too, but are you already dealing with sort of elevated crimes based on where we are at the time of year?
You know, maybe to put it into context, what Gauteng government is doing is assisting us with additional resources. As we have seen previously, they've donated cars to us. They've also mobile community centers so that it can be deployed in those areas whereby the community they walk or travel a long distance to the police station. So they are assisting us in terms of the resources. But there is other interventions which we are putting in place. For example, your Gauteng traffic, the numbers will be increased. Some units within the Gauteng traffic police, it will be increased. So it will increase the boots on the ground. But we did receive some money from our national commissioner, whereby he gave me money so that I can mobilize my officers who are on the rest days who can come and work overtime, and also to mobilize and call the reservists who can come and work with me. So we appreciate all this support you are getting from my national commissioner, my minister, my provincial government. So with that, it will make an impact, even though we expect that it's going to be challenging. You will recall that it will be the first festive season after the COVID, whereby people, they were restricted, they were confined in their spaces, and this year they'll be free to be wherever they want to be. And, events, they are also open. So a lot of people will have organized their own events. Obviously, appreciate there's nothing wrong with those events, because events, they assist us in a way that it will confine people in a controlled space, other than in each and every corner of the street, you find yourself meeting the street benches, which is not controlled and so forth. It is a little bit challenging, but already we have a lot of events planned for this December month. We will be there. We will work together with business. We will work together with our community patrollers. We will work together with those who are organizing these events to can try and make sure that those events are free from violence and crime.
It is certainly good news to hear that there is more money that you can offer people over time, extra pay to be out keeping us safe. It is very good news indeed, and I wish you all the luck in the world getting this right. It is not going to be an easy time. Thank you so much for chatting to us this evening, Gauteng Police Commissioner Elias Mawela.